Alright guys, so we're back for another vlog, and first off, before we actually get into the topic of today, which is GMOs, top hat, yes. Bow tie, yes. Why? Bow ties are cool. Top hats are cool. Class. Okay? So, moving on. So now, a lot of people have been talking about GMOs as of late and how they're bad for you and things like this. Now, one, we've been eating GMOs for going on 17, almost 18 years now. So obviously, if they were bad for us, we would know by now. Now, not a lot of people understand what actually goes into GMOs. So I actually have an article right here with the definition of what a GMO crop is. In agriculture, genetically engineered products are created to possess several desirable traits, such as resistance to pests, herbicides, or harsh environment conditions, improved product shelf life, increased nutritional value, or production of valuable goods such as drugs. So, and, also it says, plants including algae, maize, which is corn, and poplars, and other plants have been genetically modified to be used in producing fuel known as biofuel. This is a lot of stuff that's actually helping us. And a lot of it, it doesn't say in this article, but I'll post a link below. I've got a sticky note here. With a link to a video on how all these conspiracies about GMOs are just wrong. A lot of people think that they're bad for you. They contain all these bad things. The government's hurting you through these. Okay, now, here's a couple of examples right here in this article. They have been modified to be tolerant to the herbicides. And I say herb, not herb, because it has an H. So it's herb, okay? So tolerant to the herbicides glufosinate and glyphosate, to be resistant to the virus damage, to be resistant to virus damage, as in ring spot virus resistant papaya, which is grown in Hawaii, which we probably eat all the time. And they genetically modify it to produce the Bt toxin, which is a natural insecticide that has been documented as non-toxic in mammals. There's so much stuff that, good that comes out of this stuff. They're genetically modifying all sorts of stuff. There was this whole thing about golden rice in India. I don't remember when. Don't ask. But they genetically modified the golden rice, one, to increase its fertility, so that it'll produce more faster, and two, to contain more potassium, because a lot of children there were dying of potassium deficiency, and the government there just said, nope, we're not going to get any of this. It's genetically modified, we don't want any of it. And so hundreds of thousands of people ended up dead because the government was just like, nope, I've heard that, you've been messing with that, so that means it's bad. Not always. Especially when you think about most plants that we genetically modify, we only genetically modify them to help their fertility rate, to get more fruit out of them, to get more vegetables out of them. And, okay, so this is an example I've given a couple of times to a couple of my friends who were against GMOs for a while. Now they're not. But the example is, okay, so we're genetically modifying it so that it has a higher fertility, so that it can create more with less, basically. Okay, so does that mean that everyone who's gone out, every human, okay, who's gone out and had, anybody who's taken Viagra to have babies, anyone who's, gone out and test tube babies, things like that, that's not natural births, yes, it is a natural birth, but it's not a you know, obviously without that test tube baby, those people more than likely couldn't have had a baby, or without those, you know, going in for the fertility shots and things like that, you know, these people couldn't have had a baby. So you're saying, okay, so if these GMO products, which are just genetically modified to be more fertile, to make more baby plants, okay, so if these are bad, we should get rid of all these. Does that mean that we should get rid of all the genetic engineering to make more humans? Should we go out and find every human that has been a test tube baby or was a test tube baby, put a gun to their head and blow their brains out? That's an honest question, okay? It's not meant to be rhetorical. You know, it's one of those questions that, you know, a lot of people overlook. You know, obviously you don't want to go and do that. You know, there's still people. So this is still a plant. You can still eat it. It's still good for you. It's still fine. It's not going to hurt you any more than it normally would. But people are ignorant. People are stupid. You know, people by our nature, we're stupid. You know, we're born. What do we know how to do? That's it. That's all we know how to do. Oh, and we know how to pee and we know how to shit ourselves. So, actually, no. Technically, when you're born, you don't poop for a while. So, technically, we know how to pee. We know how to scream. We got to learn how to shit ourselves. Then we got to learn how to shit in a toilet. So why don't we just skip that whole meal step? I'm not talking about babies. We're talking about GMOs. But, you know, we're born stupid. We're born not knowing things. That's what these whole vlogs are about. They're meant for educational purposes. They're not really... Okay, yes, some of them are rants, like the one about gay rights the other day. Actually, I think that was middle of last week, but still. You know, that was just more of a rant of me just saying, stop being stupid. Just stop it. Bad people. Just bad. You know, but these are meant to be educational in the long run, obviously. But so I mean, they do this all the time with everything. You know, they use it on mice and things like that so that they have DNA that's closer to humans for testing of pharmaceuticals. Now, I don't support the testing of pharmaceuticals on mice at all. I think, okay, if I'm supposed to take this, but you said it works on a mouse, well, how do you know it's going to work on me? I'm not a mouse, last I checked. Hold on. Nope, no tail. Okay, still no tail. So, I'm not a mouse, okay? I don't squeak. Yes, I have buck teeth, but I don't squeak. I don't run through the walls. I don't, you know... I'm not that big, you know. I'm not a mouse. So testing things on a mouse isn't very useful to me. Because it's like, awesome, it worked on something this big. Well, how about something, you know, this big? Will it work on that? You don't know. Because, you know, honestly, that really doesn't tell you much. You know, obviously it tells you a little bit, but not, you know, as much as people think and hope. It might give you some of the side effects, but I mean, you can't walk up to a mouse and go, do you have a headache? He didn't answer me. No, I don't own a mouse. I don't have a mouse. But it's the same concept. Yeah, I'll ask... I don't know. I'll ask the person here on my big poster. Do you have a headache? I think she's thinking. Hold on, give me a second. Do you get it? There's no point in testing something on an animal that can't answer you. So, one, that's why I don't support animal testing, you know, and that's still way off topic. God, we're talking about GMOs. GMOs. Okay, so apparently today's talk is GMOs and animal testing. That's how I'll save this one. I'll change the title. Sorry about that. I've got really bad allergies. But GMOs. GMOs. But I saw something on Facebook. This is where this whole thing came from. Now, obviously, you know, I have sticky note here with website on the bottom of it. You know, I'll hold it up if you guys want to try and read it. I mean, I'm gonna post that whole link in the description below, so you really don't have to read it there. You know, you can honestly just go click, and you'll be there at the video. And it's a guy who, for years and years, you know, bought into this whole conspiracy of GMOs being bad for you, and then, you know, he finally did the research and found that they're not. It's really not. It's all just a conspiracy. It's all just the government, again, just saying, nope, that's bad for you. Don't do that. Don't take that. That's bad. That's bad for you, but yet, when you go to the doctors and they give you 19 different drugs to take care of your headache, that's good for you. Just saying. But, as a note, if you can't tell, when I come into these vlogs, I kind of come into them, you know, I've got an article normally on my computer pulled up behind my recording software. I might have a sticky note or two over here, but that's all I have. I don't pre-write them. I don't do anything like that. It's normally just kind of off the top of my head. I don't know if you guys like that, if you guys want more of a, you know, structured, you know, very Prussian, not to be mean to Prussians, but you know, very angstfrei, you know, type vlog where, you know, I basically write out everything I want to say, or, you know, like a checklist in the background or something, you know. This thing's itchy. It's a little bit hot underneath there, but top hats are still cool. So yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. I mean, it's one of those things, go do the research, you know. Again, you know, I'm not going to tell you everything here, because that would kind of be counterintuitive to the point behind most of these. Most of these, I tell you, go do the research, you know, read up on it yourself. And so obviously, if I came in here and I told you everything, that'd be counterintuitive, you know. These are meant to get you looking at things in a different way, you know, researching things in a different way, reading things a different way, watching the TV a different way, doing everything different, you know. So, also, I want to thank you guys while I'm still here for over 700 views, guys. That is insane for me. Now, obviously, you know, there are YouTubers that get 700 views in the first 30 seconds of their video being up, but, you know, I mean, for me, this is awesome. I mean, I upload one video and I get 40, 50 hits off that one video. That makes me really happy, you know. You know, people who aren't subscribing, but you're coming back and you're watching my videos, you know, you're just turning across my videos, you know, hit that subscribe button, you know, it's free. If you end up a couple videos down the line, you don't like me, unsubscribe. It's not that big a deal. You know, but I want to thank you guys for 18 subscribers. That's awesome. You know, I think I'm gonna bring back FTB around 20 subs, maybe 25, depending on how far I get with the build. I'm currently rebuilding, as I said. I'm working on my bees. Bees take forever. So I have like a basic power supply just so that I have enough to, you know, run my machines for my bees, but that's it. You know, I don't have what I want. You know, my main power supply was run on bees before, and so to get to there, I need this. So this is where I'm at. I don't even have the right kind of bees yet to get oil out of. So, yes, there are bees that you can pull oil out of. Not in real life, though. Sadly, that'd be awesome, though. So, back to topic at hand, really. Well, not really topic at hand. I'm kind of ending the video here. So, as always, I'm Dan. I hope you guys learned something, or you're going to go and learn more about something. And I will see you guys next time.